Hello, how is everybody? Hello, it's Wednesday. I am pre-recording this again. I just have so much to do in the daytime. So anyway, this is Wednesday. And how is everyone doing with the supermoon energies? She was beautiful, wasn't she, in the sky? Huge, huge. Yeah, I'm exhausted. It always takes it out of me. You have to make sure you're grounding yourself, drink lots of water, try and live in the moment as much as possible. Don't stress about the past. That's gone. We can change our behavior from now on, but we can't go back and change the past. So just try and move forwards in a positive light. And don't stress about the future because, that can cause anxiety. So you really try and live in the moment. Obviously, if things need to change and improve, you need to plan. But excuse me. Just try and live in the moment. Grounding, drink lots of water. We'll get through it. So, soul ties. So today I'm doing soul ties, and if I've got time, kindred spirits. But I have to say, a soul tie is... So we've had the nice stuff the last couple of days, and soul ties, we're starting to get into the nitty gritty of things. So a soul tie is a deep emotional, I've written this down because there's a lot to remember. A soul tie is a deep emotional or spiritual bond between two people affecting their well-being. Often after the relationship has ended, you can still be affected by a soul tie connection. It can shape your thoughts, feeling and behaviour. Okay, they can occur in romantic friendships, family or workplace relationships. Okay, if you think we are all energy, and you can exchange energies with people when you're interacting with them, and sometimes they can create energetic ties to you, and it's up to you if you want to go down, or whether you want to set boundaries in place, etc., or whether you want to go down that route, is what I was going to say. So they can be very positive, encouraging mutual growth and support. They can feel really good. And then you have the other side of the soul tie, where they can be negative, creating maybe a codependent situation where someone's depending on you too much, getting a bit too attached to you, and creating unhealthy attachments. So when we're talking about codependency, sometimes you might not fully understand what that means. So when you're looking at a codependent situation, which can be a negative soul tie to you, it can, I'm going to read this because there's quite a lot. Okay. It can show up as the other person, first of all, not respecting your autonomy. So in other words, your freedom to be your authentic self, choosing your actions freely and aligning with your own wants and values. So that's what we should be able to do when we're in a relationship. We should be able to be ourselves. We should be able to enjoy our hobbies and, do things that make us happy. And if you're in a positive soul tie, I am absolutely sure that you want to do these things with your positive soul tie connection person, but not all the time, do we? We do need space, and we need time to go and do our own thing, because it's just really healthy, isn't it, to have your own boundaries and to nurture each other and let each other do their own thing. So with a codependency kind of relationship, you might find that you aren't free to do those things. Then you could be made to feel guilty for spending time with others. Maybe you feel controlled, or like you lose your identity while making the other person happy, because you kind of put all the other things on the back burner or on hold, because it's going to cause stress and it's difficult and you just don't want that to happen. So also separation anxiety can be a thing. And then, gaslighting, the other person. The other person could be gaslighting you, or, we don't like to talk about these things, but emotional abuse and just, not respecting you, not kind of, controlling by making you feel less. Does that make sense? So you could be feeling pressured to do things that you don't want to do. And you will do them just because you want to make that person happy so that you don't have the things to deal with, because it can be really, really difficult. Okay. All of these things can make you feel mentally exhausted and lacking energy. And as I've said before, energy doesn't lie. Your energy will tell you if you are being drained or if you are being supported, basically. And it doesn't mean that we want to drain other people. We want to support them just as much as they support us. So you can develop multiple soul ties with people over your lifetime, and we have to try and look for red flags. I think at the beginning of the relationships, when we're getting into these relationships, we have to look for red flags, and we have to think, are they respecting me? Are they respecting my boundaries? Because I'm respecting theirs, and I want to make them happy. Yeah. So soul ties can be negative, but let's not forget the good soul ties, because there are good ones, and always look out for red flags. So when you first meet someone, do they respect your boundaries? Do they really respect you? Okay. And you respect them also. Do they respect your ideas and passions? Do they give you time and space to do those things, or do they, oh, do you have to go and do that? Can't you just stay at home with me? And that's like the beginning. Okay. Unless it's like you haven't seen each other for a couple of weeks because you've both been off doing all your stuff and you want to just spend time together and they're missing you. That's totally understandable, isn't it? Do they make you feel comfortable and safe? So when you're around them, do you feel relaxed, comfortable and safe? Is the main thing there. Energy doesn't lie. Okay. Do you feel motivated and recharged after spending time with that person, or do you feel drained and exhausted? Remember, energy doesn't lie. I write that everywhere. Can this all be worked on and improved? Because maybe it can be improved. If you've recognized the red flags, maybe it can be improved. Or does it go round in a continuous loop, never improving and just draining and exhausting and just negative energy? Okay, so those are soul ties. I don't have time to do the other one. I'll link that on to tomorrow's, or I might just do a little separate post about it. But yeah, I think, all relationships can have a bit, a bit of soul tie connection to them. And obviously this can't be scientifically proven. It's just energetically. We are all energy and we pick up energy from other people. And interestingly, if you're spiritual, you can do they call it a soul tie. And after you've finished with the person, you're not hanging around them anymore. You could want to cut the cord of the soul tie. You can do that energetically. Just, look that up. You can cut cords. The only people you can't cut cords are twin flames, because they are one soul in two bodies, or one soul reincarnated at the same time. But they can't cut cords because they're always connected. So yeah, so you can look that up, and I will speak to you again soon. My time is up, so that's soul ties. Okay, have a great day. Take care. I nearly forgot to press the button. Bye.